Hey guys, how's it going? Welcome to an episode of Epic 7, and today we will talk about adventure mode. And as we all know, this is the main story, and there are a lot of things you can get here. I suggest that you focus on this since it's gonna really help boost your account, as there are a lot of things that you can get from here. So let's take for example chapter 1. So I'm sure most of you have finished this part and reached the selective summons. As you can see, this is the map. So there's the main chapter. So it's gonna go chapter 1 up until 10, and sometimes there are also some side quests and there are mini stories. So like for example this one, it's a 1S1. So this is not part of the main story, but a tip is to actually try and beat these stages, as they will give you additional rewards. So for this chapter there are 2 side quests. So there's also here and here. And if you take a look at the map, so there's actually 10 chapters for this world or continent, and the main numbers are the main story. So there's chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 4, 1, 4, 2, and then there's also the side quests as well here. So 2S, as you can see, 3S, 5S, and when you start the game these are locked, so you have to finish the previous chapter to unlock it. So in order to unlock 2S, you have to finish first chapter 1, and then for the 3S, 5S, the same thing applies. So let's go back to chapter 1, and here you can see that there are markings, symbol like this, skull symbol. So this means that this is a boss fight. And then there are actually different kinds of stages. So there's the normal stage. Let's take this for example. So I'm just gonna use my farming team. So usually it's just 3 battles, and there are a lot of things you can get also in the stage. So like for example, I've already seen it in the map. There are chests, and this was also explained in the intro of the game. So there, and so that's the normal stages. You get gold usually, you get stigma, you get drops. And aside from the normal stages, there are also called the mazes, the map. So just to show you, I'll go here in chapter 110. So this it's a map. So once you get into the middle portion, you'll have to choose where you want to go. And this consumes morale. I think this was also explained in the castle. So as you move, you lose morale. When you fight and you kill the enemy, you also lose a higher amount of morale, 7 I think. And if you reach this the range here, so you will lose a huge amount of stats. So for this negative 30, I think this is pretty okay, bearable. But once you get to this part, I think you should yield already or warp into the nearest exit. So yeah, just to show, so I lost some morale. Okay. And when you click the map, this was the side quest of the map. So in order to unlock that portion, you have to exit here. So I'll just yield. So if you were able to exit there, this other path will open. So, oh, I think it's my mistake. Before you can get to 2S, you have to finish 2, chapter 2. Okay. And when you finish the 10 chapters, no, chapter 1 to chapter 10, you can actually change the difficulty. So there's the normal difficulty and there's the world difficulty. So the world is the more difficult version, and it's actually like the sequel to the main story. So there is actually a story here after you finish the normal difficulty. And then now let's take a look at what we can actually get from adventure mode. So finishing a stage and completing its requirements. So here, initial clear, story clear, have one knight in the team. You'll actually get a star for completing the requirements. And each star you get 5 skystone. So in a chapter, in a stage, I mean, you can get 15. So here, for example, is another stage. Initial clear, story clear, clear chaos gate. This will give you some skies. And not just that, if you complete all stages and have 3 stars in each stage, you can actually get more rewards. So here, so if you get all 3 stars, you get more sky stones. And during the main story, you can actually get this only once per chapter. So there's a quest. So right now I cannot see it anymore since I finished everything. So per stage in the chapter, you're gonna get an equivalent reward. And when you clear all stages, main stages, you also get an additional reward here on the top. So, example, when I finished chapter 10, I got 6 gold transmit stones. And then you can also get urgent mission once you get to the certain point of the story. So urgent missions are usually only, I, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, they'll give you 2 hours when it appears. So it's just random. So after you clear a stage, it's gonna pop up, there's an urgent mission. So usually I clear it ASAP just so I don't forget. And there are different kinds of urgent missions. There's penguins, there's the fathers, there's goblins, and each urgent mission you get a certain resource or reward. And on top of that, you get this, I'm not sure what you call it, this circle thing, and it's for the guild. You donate it. So I'll try to show it to you. So this there, proof of courage. So you donate this, and when the guild has enough, the captain can buy this thing here and give you random rewards. And on top of that, clicking the region info, you will actually see here in the monsters portion the catalyst, the list of catalysts you can get in a certain chapter. So for example, you need the fang here, so you can get it from this stage. You go there, it's gonna go there automatically, and there, here it's actually gonna drop here. So if you're finding a certain catalyst, just go check out the region info. So for the beginners, the catalysts are used to either awaken the character or awaken their skills. And just an advance warning, the rates are pretty low, so you really need to grind just to get to one catalyst. But usually these catalysts provide a substantial amount of power to the character when you actually awaken them. And additionally, there are some special stages also. So besides the normal stages and the maps. So if you take a look at the 3S here. By the way guys, after you finish a certain point in the story, you'll be able to unlock more stuff in the battle portion, like the hunt, labyrinth, and stuff like that. So here, let's go to 3S. Oh, sorry. So in these side maps, side chapters, there's what you call a crack in the world, and this is different from the normal stages as it has, I think, five battles, and the cost is 40 energy, which is quite a lot. However, if you clear the stage, you get a ton of experience, and the lesser charms drop more around this area. So if you have so much energy and you just want to uh, level up a certain character, I think this is a good place to level up, but only if you have some extra energy. So uh, just a tip, just finish the story mode, and you get a lot of things here: Skystone, gold, other resources, so you can easily level up your gears. Skystone is very important. There are actually certain stages that are difficult. There are certain bosses that are hard to beat. So I usually advise to befriend some strong guys, and these guys will help you finish them off. So as of now, there is only one continent, but I think I've heard that they are preparing for another continent, and I'm excited for that. So I think that's it, guys. If there are other questions, you can comment down below, and I will try to answer them. And thanks for watching again. I'm going to see you guys in the next vid.